Sark is in here already. Good morning.
Good morning. Sorry.
I know.
Sorry.
One of them things. Yeah, man. How have you been?
Everything is alright. Everything is alright.
Nice.
I actually thought I saw the studio online, and I thought it was what's the word? I didn't think this was real. Actually, yeah.
Photoshop.
Yes, exactly. But it's actually nice.
Yes.
Very
Thank you very much. Thank you. Right, congratulations. You got married recently.
Yes.
And we had a beautiful event. Unfortunately, I was there, but in the video I wasn't. Can you guys do
have
this
to blame you? Maybe you and Joe have someone settled this.
Oh no, Joe's my man.
Yes.
Joe's my man.
Yeah.
All right then. So, how have you been? Music, work.
It's been all right. I'm just enjoying more of family time. My daughter, I think compared to a few years back, it was more of me and what I want to do, and everything was surrounded around Sarkodie, the brand. But now I think it's more about family and then the fans as well. So the fans are sharing the attention for now. So but I think I'm still for work. I always work. I always record music. I always have producers come over the house, and so it's still there. But then again, I think family is also very important. So I'm in between the two.
You just mentioned people coming to your house.
Yes.
Recently, someone was blaming you, which even Kwakese jumped on the bandwagon, that you invite Nigerians to your house to cook. you invite Nigerians to your house, you cook for them. And it's like you are rather entertaining the Nigerians. Is that the issue now?
No, that has never been. I understand the sensitivity when it comes to the whole Ghana Niger thing, and then I stand to take those bullets, because they feel like you are one of the people at the forefront, pushing the Ghana music. So definitely anything they will become very sensitive about. It doesn't actually have to mean that they are right or what they're saying is true, but I understand how sensitive they are when it comes to these issues. So on that issue, I think it's a bit funny. You are laughing whilst you're saying it because it sounds a bit, but I get it. Almost every guy that comes in there, if my camera guy is there, will definitely capture the moment. Ones that I've not put out, maybe I don't want people to expect what we are doing. They've been you made a call between me and somebody that we don't have to share.
Yeah, sure.
I have all those footages. What happened that day. I take it. So I don't know.
Have you started working yet?
Yes, we're actually done.
Oh wow!
I need to send it to you.
Okay.
I need to send it. We actually done a very, very good record. So it's not really that, but I understand the sensitivity on the whole conversation when it comes to Ghana and Nigeria. Yes.
Then you tweeted, you posted what's his name, Mr. P?
Mr.
P.
Yes.
And that also got Ghanaians fuming. Yeah,
it's the same thing. Very, very sensitive. I will not be mad at it. I understand where they are coming from. So it makes you attack. It's like being paranoid. It makes you attack something that's not necessary to attack. Because like with that situation, if not you, Andy, I will not even have a conversation about it, because I don't feel, if I'm wrong, I would have to come out and say something. It's the same thing on WhatsApp. There's a friend of mine who we have been going back and forth on doing music and whatever, and then he sent the video, I have a new song out, like the same way all artists do.
He's a Nigerian.
Yes. Bro, I have a new song out, can you post it for me? So Andy, you expect me to say no, because Ghana and Nigeria, we are at war? Like, it doesn't really make sense. He sent it to me that I should post it because he's pushing it, and since he has a lot of numbers, but he still felt that it would not hurt for my brother from Ghana to also post it. So he sent it to me and I did that. I could see the backlash coming, but then again, I have to be right or wrong, and in this case I don't think I'm wrong. So
How did you break into their market? I mean, this has been the talk.
Yeah.
Now, for about a week or two now, it's been the lexicon. Ghanaians are just talking back and forth. Come to think of it, Shatta, Stonebouy, Obibini, Kumigita, and the rest of the xylophone team were there. And then one thing led to the other. That's a different story altogether. How did you crack it open into their market?
Nigeria, it was like that in the beginning. I used to have very, very bad
Reception?
reception and response from Nigerians when I used to go there way back when I started. I was known by the industry, but the people are being controlled as in what they listen to. So you might think the industry, obviously they do researches. They know what is popping. It's like America. It's the same thing. They know what's popping in Afrobeat, but the system doesn't allow them to promote it until they can control it. So they have always had their territory guarded. So they don't allow. And how don't you allow them? It's TV and radio. So if you go to Nigeria and you watch their TV, it's rare you find our music being played. Not because they don't like it, but it's just, I don't know if it's an agenda. I can't be too specific on why they're doing that. But it's been based on those decisions that they have made for a very long time to keep everything within them. So I used to go there and I thought because the artists knew me that much, the people should know me, But then I will go and perform. Angel will tell you, we'll be on stage. These people, even what I saw with my brothers that you're talking about was even great. I had worse. Like I remember in the club, I went to perform and these guys are like, not even one person is acting like they know you. Just that, I'm sorry for my brothers because now social media is very, very, so it will be out everywhere. But I went through the same thing. It took time, but I had to be strategic as in how. So every time I go there, it goes a bit higher. So then I'll go there, maybe some people will know you, but some will still not know you. So I think it took consistency for a very long time for them to feel like, okay, I think this guy is doing something great and we should support. And I actually came with affiliation with their artists as well, and then they got interested in my work as well. Then they followed up, But it took a long time before they embraced it. They don't embrace easily. Yeah.
So do you think the best way to get in there is to affiliate or collaborate with the artists?
No, we don't have to get in there because they don't feel like that. We always feel like we have to get in somewhere. I think what they do, or what every powerful country does that makes you want to go there, is loving themselves way more than anything else. So if there's a movement going on, it's like Jamaica. People just want to travel there. I don't know I've not been there, but I don't know if it's, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know what is there, but why do they want to go there? The likes of the Bob Marley, So if there's something going on that sells the country, makes people just want to go there. Not because you think you will be a big star when you've been accepted there, but it's just that notion that makes you feel like you have to go there. And it's something that they have done, enjoying their own, so it makes you want to join it. So it's not really affiliating. My time when I was doing songs with them came from, I was cool with the band and them, the whole Mo Hits crew. And then people started to notice the verses that I was doing. So there is no Nigerian songs that I reached out. Almost all of them were sent to me, and I'll wake up, Angel will send me a song. Maybe Pato Rankin said this guy said this. So I did not necessarily try to reach. It wasn't planned, But then they were, putting me on their records. Maybe they had a strategy to break through with a Ghana sound.
Okay.
So anytime they have a Ghana bounce, the thing that comes in mind, and maybe Sarkodie would do good on this one. So my situation was different, but I think ultimately it has been about them being more patriotic and just protecting their industry. Yes.
Do you think our music has identity?
It does. I think it does. Yeah, it does. We just have to. Going back to what I said, what every country, every strong country practices. It's a mind game thing. They make you feel like they don't even notice anything you're doing. They are all about themselves. So it makes you want to go there. So I don't blame a country for not entertaining you. It's like a family. You go to your friend's father's house. Obviously, we have two types of fathers. Fathers who would cook for the whole neighborhood. And then so that means they are splitting the shares of their children, But then we have fathers that know my children first. Then if we have surplus on the side, we'll manage it for the area. But they will think about outside. So I think Ghana is more of the let me cook for everybody around. Come to Ghana, bring your music, we'll promote it, come and do shows, we'll support it, which is not bad but has its disadvantage. And then the other one, so we have to make a choice. If you still want to go this way, it's not bad. It's still being nice to people. People coming in being nice. They are not going to do that, but then the advantage to them is they protect that and then they dominate. So they become extremely powerful. So I think it's a decision that we have to make. And I think there's a conversation about how they move and how we move. They have an industry. I won't lie about that. Most of their artists have investors, and Ghana is the only place that all these artists that we are always bashing or criticizing we are working on our own. So if I should finish my album, I need to make sure I've prepared my own budget on the side, to do this and do that and do that. I've never in my life had somebody put 1,000 Ghana cedis in my career before. Yes, ever since I started to today, I've never got 50 cedis from anybody to say, Sark, I'm putting this into your career. So it's always been us trying to flip. That's why I always big up Mr. Nanapia for coming in and making it a bit easier, for the artists that he signed.
What happened to Dr. Duncan and Kosa Brown and the rest?
Yeah, that is management is different. Investor is a whole different conversation. That's somebody sitting there with $1 million or $1.5 million. What we are doing here in Ghana is basically based on passion, and you guys have to be very economical and try to manage yourselves, and it's a whole lot of work, and actually makes it stresses the artist, your creativity. I was naturally born I think I had to do economics in school, but it's not everybody who has that. I think I was naturally born a manager. I can manage. I can find a way about. I know when not to be extreme with things so that I don't put pressure on myself to keep up. So then I'll find a way to still be able to concentrate on a career. But it's not everybody who has that ability, but they're very super talented. So if these people had somebody taking the burden off them, all they had to do is record and be creative. And artists with pampering, they do their best. You put them in a great house, give them a nice house, good car, pay for studio time, or even set up a studio in their house. When you wake up, just give me hits. So when you record with Nigerians, you can get that thing. They are sitting on something, so it makes the recording, fun for them. And they know this song is going to be pushed, it's going to be played here. That's the thing behind the scenes that we don't know. So our industry is just based on an artist trying. And so when they do that comparison with Ghanaian artists are not pushing more and this and that, it's connecting and a lot of things behind the scenes that people don't know. So I think we don't have that yet, and that is an agenda that I think we should start pushing for people to stop fearing the entertainment business. Because if you meet everybody, that's their fear. Like, what is in this? How do we make our money back? So it makes no Ghanaian investor want to come in and support. But I can bet you can name any artist in Nigeria how they started. They have capitals. So when you finish, you have your 6 videos there. You know you are sorted. And it's not 6 normal videos. You are going all out. So they have a lot that we need to catch up with, and I still give them the props for. I think in everything, somebody should start and we have to learn. I'm not shy to admit that I learned from the bunch, because when I got closer to him and I saw the things that they were doing, these guys were flipping every second. They believe so much into the art that they put every penny back into it. So that is where I learned how to do it. So if you remember, there was a time I started shooting videos that was, competing with. That's when I was able to cement my name amongst the Afrobeat artists when it comes to Africa, because I could see the competition was the product that we are putting out. So it's a whole lot. It's frustrating talking about it, but I think we need to spark the conversation about it.
You mentioned features, and that you were jumping on features of Nigerians. Were they paying you?
No, most of them were strategic. I get money from people I don't know, actually. I make money from, if I don't know you, or because I do business. So if you call me, I don't know. If the music is good, sometimes I'm so an artist. So if it's something I have to crack my brain to get my mind around, I definitely will have to charge. But if it's good, and obviously these guys who are sending me these records, they're good songs. I'll jump on it. And taking money, business-wise, this industry, it works. Hand go hand come. And if I have a record, I can put you on as well. If I'm doing a show, I don't think artist to artist to be, if not for labels coming in between, for them feeling like they have invested in an artist, so they don't do friends. But if you're an artist, an independent artist like myself, who is not having an investor, but we have a team that's working together, if anything comes in, we can decide. If you want to take a pay, that's different. But if you don't want it, we'll do, a barter or something. So it's not really about a money thing. It was more a strategic way to tap into numbers as well.
What about Ghana?
As in,
When
I've not charged any of my friends before. No, I've never taken money. I'm talking about my friends, as in the people that you know. The people that you know are like, if you mention names, you know, Wale, you know, Stonebouy, R2B, like, no, it can never happen. No, I don't think any of them has done any of that to their friends as well. But I stand to be corrected, but I don't think I've done
But
that.
people complain that they send you records, yet you don't feature.
Who?
Well, a lot of people. Even yesterday, I was talking to my daughter, and she was telling me, Daddy, please talk to Sark when he comes. I said, it's okay.
Yes.
I'll see what I can do.
And no, definitely, I think we have to do it. We just need the right record in a day that she can come through to the house. But I think I've done. That's the funny thing. But then I'm getting to understand that the position I am makes everything sensitive. You know, people will forget about what you're doing to what you're not doing. Because if you talk about features, nobody features more than Sarkodie in Ghana. Songs that I don't even know. Like I recently jumped on a record that to date I don't know the artist. I like the song. They sent it to me on my email. I opened it. When I heard it, I started writing, and I don't even know who the name of the person.
Wow.
Yes. So for that, I think you have to be motivated, especially with the record. If you hear it, it has to move you. Let me use this opportunity to say, I'm on it. JMJ. He has a great record that he has sent to me, but
the producer.
Yes. Yes, he has this record that he sent me, but then I have to get into the zone. Sometimes that's the problem that I think I face with some people, not all of them. But I need to get my mind right on the song.
JMJ produced Hope, your song.
And you know how long that beat has been with me? 6 years.
Oh, really?
Yes. It's been 6 years.
Why did it take so long?
The tones in the beat and the sound of the beat, I knew it didn't deserve normal lyrics. But I didn't know what to say. So anytime I play it, I love it, but I don't know the lines. Every line has to make sense, you know. So then you have to take your time. When it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, you don't force it. So I think recently I was inspired because I had a couple of artists in the house. I think we see Shatta, B for Bona, and then later on I had Akan. And me playing the song and watching them and their reaction got me, you know, the flow. So it took time, but I did it, you know. And there are some songs that will come right now.
Do you have them coming at home almost every time?
Yes, normally on Sundays, because Sundays I'm more free, and then they will come. As usual, we cook the jollof.
I've never tasted your jollof,
yes,
but I hear you are one of the best cooks around. And then you play video games.
I recently started. Big ups to Angel.
Angel.
Angel put me on, but I'm not all that. But
I saw you in a video and you were bragging. It looks as if you beat someone and you were telling him, don't mess with me. I'll kill you for you.
The guy was bragging for a very long time.
Okay.
Because, you know, Miss Shatta and Sanya Torson or share me 5 million. So from that day, I've not had rest. I would a count. So when I'm there, I'm trying my hands. Still to date, I don't know a lot about it. I just know how to pass, move, and score.
Okay.
So that I caught him. And that day I didn't say anything. And I'm a man of chance. And I'm a day back man. So that was the reaction. But I didn't know even that was out because somebody was at the back, you know, taping it. Yeah, but I'm not all that.
Funny Face is calling for a match.
Yes. That will happen. Now Angel has vim in me, you know. When I call names, Angel will go like, nah, this one you go handle him.
Okay.
And when I brought up Funny Face, I think the conversation was I'll handle him. So anytime that he's ready, just that the way he's here, we need to put money on. Yes, because nowadays I'm like Angel. If you don't put money on, he can't score. Yeah.
Does your wife resist you from some of the guys that come around? Like this guy, these boys.
No, she's never been specific, but definitely you know that homes are for the female, not necessarily us. So she has to be comfortable. But so I'll check the vibe, you know. So, but I don't think she's ever shown any sign of not, you know, wanting somebody particular in the house. But because she also she finds it fun sometimes, you know, because sometimes it's a bit dull. So when they come around, we play music, we're here, we're that, and most of them are people that know her as well.
Okay.
You know? Yeah. So.
Does she resist you from any other thing? What has changed? I mean, since she became an integral part of your family, I know she's been there,
Yeah.
but since she registered her name as Owusu-Ado, yeah.
The best thing is, I think we've always been how we are for a very long time. So the only change is this is the first time we're actually spending time together. You know, it's always been that
Travel in
yes, we see ourselves, the max is 2 months or 3 months. So this is the first time that we are, you know, staying together as a family, and I think it's fun. It's nothing has really changed. If something has changed for the better, I think there's more. How should I put it? Nijib times how it was. You know, yeah. It's I'm a family person. You know, I function well when I have a good home, and I know how to keep a home. If that is not there, I don't function well. You know, I don't know how people who are just there, you know, they don't have that solid home, how they function. I think people are actually the opposite. Some people, that stops them from being who they want to be, but for me I think it helps. So I'm enjoying it.
King Sark is here, and we're discussing his life, his music, and more. But at the wedding, your fans were not too happy because you did not invite them. I remember someone sent me a message telling me, Andy, tell Sark. Yeah, they were not happy.
Yes, that is the love. Back to, you know, the conversations you've been having with me since I got here. It's all, it boils down to love. You know, they feel, I was like, I don't think I'm the only one who has had a wedding, but I don't know why mine became, you know, like,
Yeah, because
it's not just fans, even, you know, friends.
Okay, Kumante wanted to.
Okay, so he sent me a text, right?
Okay.
And the funny thing is, what happened at the last minute, I had, even still, the invites are still in my car.
Okay.
I was trying to get through to certain people, but certain people I felt they would come anyways, you know. Like people said, you know, you invited P-Square. I didn't, you know. He came. Yes, that was a surprise. I didn't know he was coming.
Wow.
Yeah, so he flew in, just came through like that. And definitely it's him. He would have his way to coming. But there are people that I couldn't get to, like Mark. So I sent him a screen munch of the list I did, and he saw his name.
Okay.
I'm like, you can't out that first. But then I don't know what happened. I think there was a rush at the end that I wasn't able to get all these things to the people. So that was like, and at the last minute, it's very stressful. So I just shut down my mind. Let me just get this day over, then I'll be fine. But then I know I will have to face a lot of explanations, and then I was ready to do. I'm still doing it. There are people that we have not spoke yet, and I think when we do, we will have to trash it out. But they were very sensitive, and for the fans, definitely they feel very connected. But then there are a lot of people, if you think about it, and everyone feels that way, and I see it as love. So I'm not, you know, but then again, if you come to explain, what are you coming to say, you know? So I just let it go. I know when, and now they are cool. I think they are cool, and they support for me to be happy. So any good fan, like a typical Sarkodie fan, just want to see me do good. So I think they'll be okay. They are okay with it, and those who are not, I'm sorry, but you know, it just had to happen that way.
So, Sarkodie, so in a way, you've apologized to them.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, then. So, we had a very good reception. In fact, even my invitation came a day to the event, and I had to cancel. You know, I had to cancel almost everything.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And so, which advice would you give to your fellow musicians who are not married yet?
No, I don't think it's for everybody. Yeah, I don't think it's for everybody. If you can function and you're okay, you have to do it based on how you feel. You know, you are not supposed to be pressured because whoever got married, so you think you are under pressure to do so. Some people don't function well when they have that thing. That, if anything, chill, original. You know, I function well with that. So I did it for me and how I see life and how I want to be. So it's not for everybody. So you guys should stop putting pressures on people. You know, me and Tracy have known them for a very long time, so I'm very sure. Maybe the people you are forcing them to, they don't really know whoever they are dealing with. And it's not everybody who has it that easy. The fact that you have somebody with you, you think everybody's situation is different. I've had conversations with friends that they are happy for me knowing somebody for that long, because they never get the chance to know somebody even past 6 months. You know, so it's not their fault, and we need to allow them be whoever that they are, for both females and males.
Now, Councillor George Lutrot says you need to marry more. You've made a mistake. Did you hear it?
I didn't hear it, but I saw the article.
Okay.
Yeah, the headline.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've not heard from his mouth.
Did you read it?
No, I really anything that I choose what to put my energy to. It's something that's going to. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but if it's going to even make me think about changing a decision that I've already made, which I'm not ready for. I'm not saying that I think I will be changed with the fact that he's saying I should go and marry more. But anything that will bring a different energy, I don't really try to delve into it. But I saw there, and people were retweeting, so I saw it. And I think he's an interesting man. I like him as a person. I met him, I think, a few days ago, and I know what he's doing. That is the brand that he has, So if you don't understand it, you have issues with it. It's the same as someone like Achipalago. People don't figure out the type of person he is. So if you take it very serious and then you react on it, then you fuel it. But I think Councillor is the same, and we love him wherever he is. That's his opinion.
You seem to ignore a lot of things.
You have to. Yes.
When people criticize you, how do you feel?
I would know. I've been in this for a long time for me to know that it's coming from a real place. Like Mark, people never know that me and Mark talk back and forth, like behind the scenes. We meet, we sit, we have drinks, we have conversations, long conversation. And it's because...
Are you working with him on your new album? Is that true? I mean, that's what I've been hearing.
Nah, we can't, no. Where is he though?
Unfortunately, he's not here yet.
Okay, so...
I'm sure you'll be here tomorrow because Shatta will be here.
Okay.
Shatta is coming here tomorrow.
Okay, tomorrow. So,
tomorrow we'll squash that beef.
No, but if you get to know Mark, it's not because everything he says is right, but I know where it's coming from. So it's not supposed to be he said the right thing. That's how he felt.
Right.
So it's not necessarily the truth, but sometimes it's the truth. So when I sense that, I could see it's coming from how he feels.
Right.
It's not because he has any personal issues with you. This is how he feels. So when you also react in a certain way, then you tend it to become something real.
Okay.
So with such criticism, I take it. But we have certain people that I know their agenda is just to be negative. Those I can't entertain. And I've been in this for a very long time to not know when to react and when not to react. Yes.
King Sark is here. So would you ever sign to Xylophone? We heard you were joining them. Is that true?
We never got a conversation like that, but I've had the opportunity to be very close to Mr. Nanapia, and conversations that we have had for some time and understanding his vision. I think we all should be Xylophone, not necessarily signed to it, but we all have to support Xylophone because he has this dream, which he actually doesn't even know how he's going to go about it, because this is entertainment. It's not his field. So his flaws will be more, and then we'll be using his flaws, to critique him. And maybe, I know he's strong and he believes in this. He will not back out, but I hope we don't make him back out, because we don't have one in our industry for a very long time. Maybe before I came in, there was somebody like that, but for a very long time, this is the first time somebody believes in art to this point. Because his conversation, I met him trying to get his view on why he's doing all this, and he said something that's way deeper than what even any artist has thought about. He said, back to what I was saying, why Nigeria is dominating, it's because of these things. We don't change, we don't have anything that people look at Ghana and go like, this is for Ghana, so I want to go to Ghana and see that. And you can only do that, and that's what the government is not even...
That's sort of attraction.
Yes. Because Jamaica, as I said, music, that's the only reason why you want to take a trip there. That's the only reason. Even you might not know, but that subconsciously, why did you hear about Jamaica? Why do you wear Jamaican dress?
Oh, this is Bob Marley.
Yes, exactly. So Nana Pia's intention is to use Xylophone to change that face of Ghana out there. So I don't need to sign to Xylophone to support it. This is something that at this point we all have to back. He doesn't know this. He's doing business, but he has seen that for his business to survive, we need to change the perception about Africa in general and Ghana. So then it makes people come in. But he wants to be one of the few people from Ghana who has that bold step to be able to change, because Nigeria has done it, and it came from money, funding. These guys have big people who will give you money and not necessarily give you pressure on when the return is coming, because they are doing their business, but they believe this can also bring attention for them to still make business through it. So people who don't understand what he's doing misquote certain things and he doesn't get. Recently, I was talking to him about how to ignore certain things because he doesn't understand why he's trying to do good, and then it will backfire at a point. So I don't need to sign to the label, but I think we all, Andy, yourself, everybody on the radio, all the artists, I think we should support the cause that he's embarking on. Then he can bring on other people to sign on any other artist that is there who needs the funding to do it. So I think we all support Xylophone.
But would you sign on to it just in case?
As an artist.
As an artist.
My state, I don't want to disappoint the fans, but my state of mind at this point is to embark on the agenda that he has. So not necessarily being an artist, because that makes me just want to do music, but I wouldn't mind, working with Nanapia, on projects that, because I've seen certain things that I think I can let him know that we can implement here, to push this industry to the next level. All the people that I've met outside Africa, here in Africa, and the tricks that I know, there are certain things that I can't have the conversation here with you because I'll be selling out. Yes, and I'll sound like a hater to even a colleague outside Ghana. So the conversations that's very tricky we can't have on air, but I feel me and Anapia could have that conversation, and we would that would not limit me from what I want to achieve as an artist. I think my high of having the biggest song is not the same. Like it doesn't like high. I'm not high on that anymore. If my song is big, it's not something new. Like I don't feel there's nothing different about it anymore. For a very long time now, I want to impact back to the industry. So conversations like this, I'm interested.
Right. So does that mean you're setting up a record label?
I have a record label.
I mean a major record label where you're gonna be signing.
You see that the thing with artists signing artists, sometimes I also hear the critique about Sarkodie signing go ahead, and you should applaud the intent, because artists can't sign artists because they don't have, how much it takes to. That's Nanapia. You understand? I'm not on the Nanapia level, but I still have to do something. That's the only reason why I'll pick up the boys along. But not because I have millions of dollars to say I'm giving Strongman a new mansion in East Legon to put it. But then again, just because I can't do that doesn't mean I'm not supposed to give them the little I can do. So if I can go to the States, I have them on to go perform. If there's a feature that they want to do that can give them the numbers that they deserve, I'll do it. But that's what all artists are supposed to do, actually. At this point, since we don't have, because even in America, when they say Ray Cross has signed Meek Mill. It is not Ray Cross funding Meek Mill. That's the thing people don't understand. He recommended Meek Mill. You understand? So Shatta could recommend any young artist to Nanapia, but then it will be Shatta's artist. Shatta will take a commission, but then the funding will come from Nanapia. So that's how the structures of a label. So I don't even know one artist in the States who is doing his own funding, like to the artist. It doesn't happen like that. It will come from maybe Universal or Sony, and then because he brought the artist, he will take a percentage, and then the rest goes to the artist. But then when there's any cost to be incurred, it has to be from the main source and then the artist. So I'm doing what I can do. I think every artist is trying, but we need a lot more of the Nanapias in the industry.
It's good you've mentioned the likes of Strongman and Akwabwa,
yes,
whom you've signed on your label. What happened to this, your boy, Awao?
He actually was at my place this last Sunday. Yes, I think for a time he was nowhere to be found at a point, and I'll blame myself as well, because not keeping up for a very long time, because I was also on the road and doing certain things. But then I think there's a stage where they feel a bit comfortable in a certain zone, but they have to go there. You don't have to come in the place too much, especially when their mind is already gone. So I was always watching out and seeing, but I think he came home not too long ago. We had a beautiful conversation. He just sent me a song just this morning, that I'll bless him with a verse as well.
Oh wow.
Yes, definitely. Just that I don't think anybody has approached me that I don't have an issue with just even one person in the industry. No, I can't name one. Maybe you don't, but they do. I'm talking for me. So there's no way I can go somewhere and then maybe Andy's there, so I have to pass some corner because I don't want to meet Andy. So there's no situation with me and anybody. If anything, it has to be on the other party. Yeah.
But recently, something came up that you saw a lady and you walked off. She called you. You didn't even stop for a second, but walked off. And then it was in the media. It was all over social media that they think you are arrogant.
Yeah.
A lot of people have that perception that you are.
Yeah. And I can't explain it. That's it. Yeah. What was the word? And these things can happen to anybody. I remember a man going to my mom and told my mom, said, homo traffic, my friend, it might be possible I didn't even see the person, but I'm not here to explain that. If that was a situation to whoever felt that way, I'm sorry. But then again, my life, every time I step out, I need to offend people before I get back. Whether you know it or not, you will offend someone because somebody feels like they love you so much, and when they met you, regardless what is happening or at that moment, something that they feel like, it's more of like everybody has to be selfish for what they want. I have to be happy seeing Sarkodie, so this is the reaction I want. So the moment you don't get that, then you're being judged based on that. But I think first, I used to have these things because I care a lot. If I hear something like that, I feel like, what can I make it up to the person or even reach out to the person? But then I got to realize, no, it won't stop because of the impact you have over people, and the expectations that they feel like sometimes they even feel that the type of hug they deserve from you, they don't get that. That would be a problem. But that doesn't rule out that maybe there are days that you are not just in an element to be, to be like that. And when that comes off, they will interpret that to be arrogance, But sorry to anybody who feels that way. It's not easy to be in my position. Like, you have to keep up this whole look throughout. So most times it's fake, You have to be real. I'm human as well,
Are you arrogant?
I'm confident. I'm not arrogant. I'm not. I just wouldn't take. There's nobody I can compromise to deal with. And that's how I treat even my artists. Like, Strongman has to tell me what he wants. Like, I don't mean that show. Do me to escape me. I mean show also. Because I feel like I'm helping him, but when he becomes whoever he is, that's on my CV. So it's a give and take thing. It means treating the part to say, hey, power. Yes, like it doesn't work that way.
I remember I was with you in Akwabwa. I said you are his boss and you are not too happy.
No, I don't like that. Because I don't think anyone is anyone's boss. You're just given an opportunity, So then, because the next time he can be the biggest artist that you would need, So that's how I treat people. But I think here in our culture, it's way different. They feel like I have more experience and you don't know anything unless what I say has to go. And then when you challenge that, that's the arrogance, bit. And I can't change that. By default, that's how I've been for a very long time. Even if you're going to help me, I remember there was a time, I will not mention name, but the person was about to, we all thought it was a big move for me. So he felt because he's about to, and he used the word I didn't like. I want to, what's that word? I want to better your life or something.
The person told you that?
Yes. I'm like, okay, it's okay. But then he started, he started talking to me like, because that's new, like, you're no better. And even me, even if it's $600 million, it won't fly by. That I feel like everybody deserves the respect. Bottom line. So that is my approach. Maybe that is what's being among is arrogance. Because respect, I definitely respect. If it's coming from Obi Frame, I can say, oh, Sark says it, I will respond the same way. But there are certain things that as human reflex, you react in a certain way.
Recently, you put out on your social media that, hey, Sark fans, say hello to your new PR. And then you mentioned Nana Banamwa. Is she your new PR?
Not official. But I've been saying that for a very long time as a fan thing, that I think her support has been. And it's been like that since, my come up. She's been supportive. I think she wasn't on social media, so it was based on WhatsApp. She would send me my verses and go like, this song, I like this song. So I've always had that with her for a very long time. So, and the fans loved her. So I was just playing around and said that's my new PR, because she actually takes the job on herself. She says a lot for me that I don't even have to explain. And big ups to Nanaba. God bless her.
Hits 103.9 FM. King Sark, the highest, is here. Do you think now you've slowed down on your rap, your performance in music, your flow. A lot of people are also saying, and for me, yes, personally, I think now you're a bit relaxed. It's like you are now giving us more lyrics instead of the flow. What is happening?
Flow.
Okay, let me give you a typical example. Some hot, yo.
Yes.
Do you listen to these kind of songs?
No.
Why?
I don't. Anytime I listen to it, it's like work. I feel like if I'm doing it now, it will be better. Yes, because now.
Hey.
Yes, if I'm doing this now, because my breath control is way better now, and my diction and control over the words is way different. So I think I would have done it better. But then it's a point in time. It's like one thing about I think music that we have not studied is as an artist, you are the one leading, and you have to make decisions that will be good for your followers. They might not get it, but at the long run, they will get it. I think trying to keep up with these things, there are artists that I don't want to mention name outside in America who are trying to repeat what they have done over the years, and same people that thought they loved that couldn't put them on a certain pedestal, because they were following what the fans were saying. We missed this and we have to go that, and then but this is like maybe first I'm sure to face that picture be as now if I do the same, you think you like that picture, but when I do it now, it will seem a bit weird to you. So I have to be strong enough to decide the path I want to create at this point. It's going to be hard. You lose. This rap couldn't make it to certain audience in Ghana. Oh, say rap it. Into no BBC no. But remember, I'm born
Okay.
You understand? So I think you have to decide. Baby, I be Lucy baby, and I mean few ways. So I mean gaining a certain crowd. So you have to make that decision. It's a tough decision. So sometimes I think what I will understand is I need to at least sometimes talk about the back at my fans, just to let them know that I still do it.
I have a funny feeling you can do it.
Yeah?
I have a funny feeling.
But recently, did you listen to what I did on Twister's beat?
No, unfortunately.
Okay, so Overnight Celebrity. That beat.
Overnight Celebrity. Okay.
Yeah, I jumped on it recently. It's the same flow. I can if I zone myself into it, it's a pattern. But it's a conscious decision to know
not to twist, not to be twisting
yes,
again.
Because if you decide to say I don't know if you know Castro is one of the best lyricists in Ghana.
Sure.
When it comes to rap. But why were they not okay when he started to rap? People didn't know, right? Because he gave them what they are supposed to. And the moment they are constant, that's what they know. So anytime you switch, it will be a problem. So now they can understand I can be relaxed and rap, but then I can go back to.
So if I put you on the spot right now.
No, I'm not passing it. I'm not passing it.
Charlie, you guys bring Sarkodie some cowbell gold. I think with that, yeah, he can be charged. Yeah, we need to charge him up. They're done. Your man there, Ashes, your guy. Now recently we were discussing Sarkodie. Unfortunately, I've not sent him the beat yet. Ashes gave me a beat to send to you. Yeah. And he told me, Chalandi, make sure you send it. And I remember in the evening, he sent me a WhatsApp. Charlie, he sent the beat. I said, no, I will send the beat.
Hip hop.
Yeah, hip hop. Okay. Yeah. Why do you like hip hop so much?
It allows you to express more. We want to send me Afrobeat and my own cancer answer.
Okay.
When you beats be that from you just say a lot. Yeah.
You like this one?
Yeah.
No,
I call it for lyrics.
Yeah, immediately we listen to it.
Why don't I send him over to that?
In fact, I will. Okay. I will. I'll send it today.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, man.
I will. Hey, Charlie, don't be small. Yeah?
That's a sample of it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nice. Very, very nice. Yeah.
Okay.
Guys, so Kinsak.
Hey, Kinsak, it's good to have you on the same
I
platform.
know me vision call Omuko. Is I'm about to last. Come back no be as so that me dance. The dawn.
Yeah, that'll be you.
Kinsak,
I've been born in the whole.
I met
good to have you on the same platform.
They listen. Always. I met with Tracy 3 days ago at the Glitz Awards.
Okay.
So immediately she saw me, she came,
Okay, actually, let me confess.
Yeah, she said it. So I listen to you every morning.
On radio,
I don't
you
miss it.
and Antoine, that's Tracy.
Okay. So she came and she said, I listen to you guys every day. The door. Then she started mentioning them.
Her favorite show is this.
Okay.
No. So I could see Titi. So
Okay.
by now she'll be listening. Yeah.
Okay. So
Tracy Success, big up yourself. Sir, me, I just have one question. This issue about Nana Abba Anamoa being your PR, was it just a gimmick or was for real? Because she called us a gullible team
for discussing it.
Yes.
No, it's not
so
real.
I just want to find out.
No, we just had that conversation right now. It's not real.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not real. It's Sarkodie fans, I was just playing around because they know she always about Sarkodie. So I just said it.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And why wasn't...
Oh, wait. If the only man is give explanation to a lot of things. Maybe in one it's a whole number, not a fraction.
Yeah, sir, a lot of people were very happy about your marriage, but because some people didn't attend, and some people turned down, like the likes of Okweku Mante, like this. You know, talk so, but you know, attend. Somebody I feel say like Creative Arts Council chairman, there, like if I represent. Please, what informed your selection? Yes, people are saying that if you don't get money, hide your face. I won't find out whether that be the criteria you use.
No, that wasn't. It was the toughest time in my life. I think it's a decision. I can't compare anything to it. That was very hard. Even with going back and forth with Angel. Angel actually on the bony because Angel was more for everyone in the industry should be there. And the moment we started listening, say Obeka Don, that means then your man they come in. So then at a point I just sat down. I don't want to think. But the moment I think, and already there's a lot going on. So if I think about who to invite, and then after I call, then I was getting nervous. So randomly, actually for Mark, his invite was there for whatever. I don't know how it didn't get to him, but the list had some media men that so it was not like I was specific, but I knew I would have to face the problem of meeting people and explaining. These things happen, but I can't really control it. And the numbers were, if I take family out, the rest left is small. And these days, these things are mainly for the family. This is the time that they feel like, So and Tracy really doesn't have friends in Ghana. Her friends are her family. So it was more of, you don't know, but they're for so who they want to see more. So maybe side the people I brought in was the ones that you saw. Yeah, so it wasn't like I'm there saying guy we in your film that's about her. And sometimes we say Mark. People don't understand why they are Mark. We say on theater because I talk to Mark.
Yes.
So I had to even scream munch the list, and he saw his name in there, and I sent it to him. Our 2B is the same. Shatta, like almost everybody I reached out. Mugi's, I think the last day was when I got his number. I probably was sent a number for a very long time. I've been calling since we started doing the planning because Mugi's and Tracy, another close tight people, and Mugi's and my mom as well. So he had to be there. So there's a whole lot that we can't really explain, but I knew it was going to happen.
We'll forgive you.
I mean, shall we?
Yeah, Aziz, please come.
Well, we just went to Nigeria, and people say we go collect our eyes. How do you feel about this whole Ghana-Nigeria feud? How does it make you feel as a front roller in the industry?
Yeah, I think I broke it down a few minutes ago, but it wasn't any different when I was coming up and I used to go there. It was the same. What you guys saw was the same. It took me years. It's a system that is being controlled, so the industry know you, but for the people to know you, the outlets that makes them know you, they control it. So the TV will not have. If they'll play a song, playing a song once doesn't mean the people will know it. But if it's being rotated, that's when they'll know. So they don't do that in their clubs and on the TV and radio. They control it very much so that the consumers only know their artists. So it makes a lot of the artists dominate in the system. So before they even have time to come and listen to anything that we're doing here in Ghana, you have to work extra, and then obviously, you know, I'm one of maybe the only Ghanaian who has a lot of features on Nigerian versions. So then those ones they were playing, maybe No Kissing, Finally, all these songs, and then Sarkodie's verse is on it. And then for that long, they were like, okay, I think the guy is good. Then they tapped into your own music. That's the way I got in. Because for my first 2-3 times, I nearly said I want to go to Nigeria again. They are like that. Even that was good. Yeah, what you guys saw was good. That was they even came. They were there. Like almost view. Like even on the red carpet is different. I'll go for an award show. They want to interview Wiz or David. That is their priority. They love Sarkodie, hey, but if they see Wiz, they're not going to waste that tape standing in front of Sarkodie. It's not going to happen. And they'll make it clear to you. They paid me to do a show. I don't know if I can mention it, but nah. So then I went there, and they made it clear to me. The guy who brought me, they made it clear to me that my it's live on TV, but my people want to see their people. So it goes off. The live goes off 12. That is after 12 is when I'll perform, because what the people want to see is Two-Face, and it was almost all of them there. I was there. Literally, I think me and Efia were the only Ghanaians or something. We were there. And then with Tiao, so you can't really say on the time, although you don't have the right to come and say, I want to go 9. They are paid you, so they'll say you perform at this point. This is the time you perform. And then I wasn't sad, but I learned a lot. So it's a decision that they have made, and they are controlling their industry. I think that's the same thing America is doing to the world. It's not because they feel like your music is not good, but it has to be controlled. So if you can't control your content, and you come and take the money and come back to Ghana, or come and take the money from America and come back to Africa. So if you check, America has made the country so strong that no international artist can even charge more than $500,000 to come and perform. The moment you turn international, you have to be signed to America. So then the money stays in there. So you can't come from Africa, and I always say African artists make our money from Africa. If I go to America, it's because I have to feed the fans. But if you think about the fees that these people pay you when you go there, you won't do it. No. There's no way Americans will be giving.
Just talk. We don't know the details.
Last question. So what do you think we should do in order to also have this kind of power? I know there's a campaign right now, 80% and 80-20, and that's the way forward, being musicians. Then lastly, why don't we have you as influencers pushing this agenda for us to have this bill passed?
It's way deeper than the 80-20 is a conversation worth having, which can be part of it. But bottom line is, if you're about to force the people to listen to this type of music, they need to be ready for the content they are about to listen to. Already they've been exposed to listen to world music. So packaging to them has to be important at this point. And that's when the likes of Nanapia, that those type of people are very important at this point, that we need to encourage them. Because what these countries have that we don't have is not talent. It has to do with how they make the artists feel. So imagine if you have signed you, Mr. Don, and give you $500,000, giving you a house and some cars. The luxury for you to, like, the work, so now we psychologically. So Ghanaian artists, most at time I was telling him, I haven't gotten 100 Ghana cedi as an investment in my life before. All we've had is love for my people, then we had to flip money over and over again. So even for me to go toe to toe with them, for not all out, but at least a little, deserves some applause. Because what they have is, if your album is done, there's a budget to shoot. The same in the States. No artists have to go and find money and come and shoot. No. That is why conversations like beat on to me then no, they don't have it. But if there's a system, people have been paid. You cheer for 13 songs from JSO, you're doing 2 with QB, you're doing this. All you have to do is wake up and go to the studio and record. And that is what Nigeria has been doing to the artists. So they're pampering and making them feel on top of the world and all that. So it makes you bring the best product, the best visuals that you can think about. So then when you're controlling the people to listen to just that, they are shooting videos like Beyonce, so they don't need to go and watch Beyonce again. But if our videos are looking like a Jina Kwine Bihun, a Jina
Flowers.
Yes. Then Nigerians will go and shoot this
jet plane.
Big boss, yes. If you don't blame the consumer to feel like I deserve better. So the 80% 20 is one, but before we do that, the structures in the industry, actually we don't have one. We always keep saying, because people have been to Ghana, they didn't know where to go, who to meet as a key to hold the industry, to even hold an industry meeting. We don't have, it's not strong enough. And such labels are supposed to come in, and that's why I think we should back someone like Nanapia. We need, if you can even get 5 of that, things will change.
Now, just one more. Did anybody consult you about this Nigerian thing since that you've been there? Has anybody tried to pick your thoughts on how to go about things in Nigeria before?
Like way back?
Yeah, in recent times. In recent times, SAC has established in Nigeria. I want to go there. Let's pick his thoughts. Has that happened?
Oh, as in the artist?
Yes.
Yes, I can't be specific. I think people have been asking, how. But I think my strategy has been obvious. I think it's consistency, trying to affiliate sometimes with them. You bottom line is they do have the numbers. We don't have to fight them. We just have to be strategic. We can't be enemies. We can use, because they use us as well. They even use us more. They use the sound. They use my verses that they put on is because of the sound. I'll be perfect to ride on the type of beat they're using, because I'm more fat. That's us. And then they picked it. So they are still smart. They won't fight you, but they will use you. But I think we should do vice versa. And fly out, shoot some amazing videos for it and put it out. By the time we realize we will have a whole movement going on, we wouldn't need anybody else.
Because all these things that you've said for me are an eye-opener for us. We didn't know about these details. Yeah, we sat here and we're just talking without knowing the facts on the ground. Yeah. That's why I asked you that question. Like, a lot of Ghanaians are ignorant about this Nigerian stuff and how they operate. Yeah. And I'm so very happy that you've thrown light on it. Yes. Thank you very much for that.
Right, Ola, please come in.
I want to ask this question. Do you subscribe to the fact that for us to be able to get our market out there, we need to put in place certain legal instrument, like some law, as the Nigerians have, like they are doing 80-20. Maybe you can also put our laws in that. They are doing 70-30, but they are for the new draft is they want 80-20.
Wow,
yeah,
I've not seen that.
Yeah. So should we also do that? Is that the best way we can also get our music out there?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You said this, and I said that is one. But before we do that, yes, the structures have to be there.
What are the structures?
That's what I'm saying. We have to be. We are not treating it as business.
Okay.
Because we have serious people with serious cash who are ready to make you the superstar overnight. So if you watch Nigeria Max every year has 2 or 3 strong artists coming out.
Okay.
And it's not because of anything. They will push. It's been manipulated. They choose who they want to put on. So it's a cartel that's controlling what goes out. So if a label signs you and they have a lot of money and you have talent, you blow. So until we make the people uncomfortable as in listening to just one trend of music, we need to make sure that we are putting in the effort to make it worth the consumer watching it. So if you want to say 70% or 80% on TV and the person is sitting there, we need to see some videos that will keep your mind on the screen. But we can't worry the consumer and say, we are fighting for Ghana, but then again, we don't put money into the industry. So they feel like, then why don't I go and watch what the guys are doing out there? But if we are doing it toe to toe with them, I think that would be easier. So that's a conversation. It's good, but then we still need to work on the structures of the artists, how they do their music. Because now the artists don't even know that that's the problem.